Hey YouTube, welcome to another video from SkinnyMedic. This is going to be a little bit different style of video, but I just wanted to recognize a situation that happened a couple days ago, and I want to give praise to a volunteer firefighter. So I just want to kind of just let you guys know, it's a local event to me, so some of you guys around the US and around the world may not know about it. So a couple days ago, we had a young man, a teenage boy, who went to a school after he had apparently shot his dad. Still kind of new on the details, but apparently right now he shot his dad and then went to a school and then was outside in the playground area with a handgun. So he injured three people total. Two people were not major life-threatening injuries, and one little boy had life-threatening injuries to a gunshot wound to his leg. Apparently the news release last night was that he bled out 75% of his blood volume on scene. So we have to stop the bleeding. You've got to put direct pressure, firm direct pressure. Got to make tourniquets, whatever you got to do. But man, I feel bad for this family. I really do. Like I have two children of my own. You guys know that. You've seen the videos. So the U.S. federal government has released a campaign to say "Stop the Bleed." That's their slogan. And one of the things they talk about in a mass shooting, these active shooter scenarios, whichever one title you want to call it, is they tell you to do three things. Is one, if you can get out and hide, absolutely just get out and run and leave the scene. Two is you barricade yourself. And the last resort is you fight. And I believe wholeheartedly that if more Americans, alpha males, alpha females, would stop the fight, go to the fight, go to the sound of the gunfire, and stop this, then these shootings would be a lot less. So that's what happened here in Anderson, South Carolina. That there was a volunteer firefighter, call goes out, active shooter to elementary school. Apparently their station is just down the road, and this guy doesn't stage for law enforcement. It took law enforcement 7 minutes to get on scene. There was no school resource officer. But this volunteer firefighter goes to the fight. He is unarmed. He does not have a weapon on him, or doesn't have a gun on him. And he tackles this kid right at the beginning of this active shooter scenario, this mass shooting. So because he did that, he saved a ton of lives. Now granted, the shooter did injure 3 people, but this scenario could have been a lot worse because this volunteer firefighter thought of something greater than himself, and he went to the fight. So the volunteer firefighter, he's been pretty silent, honestly. The fire chief has had a news conference, they've released his name, his photos, stuff like that, but he's honestly been very quiet on the news. But I'm going to see if this will pick up. See if I can get him, there we go. But this guy right here is a true hero. So Jamie Brock, I appreciate him, and you are awesome. So this guy went to the fight. So like I said, this Jamie Brock firefighter, volunteer firefighter, he's a volunteer, so he's not even a paid fireman. He went to the fight, he stopped it. And that is freaking awesome. Like, I was so excited when I read this, because that was kind of late coming out in details, but it's freaking awesome. But please be thinking about this family. This young little boy, he was flown in an aircraft helicopter to a trauma center from the scene. Like I said, he lost 75% of his blood on scene, according to the news media release last night. So, man, that hurts me. I'm like, somebody, we gotta stop the bleeding. So, it's tragic. It really is, and I hate it. So, we gotta stop the fight, and then we gotta stop the bleeding. Two takeaways from mass shooting. So, hope this video helps. Kind of a different style than I normally do. But you never know when you'll be the first responder. Remember, you need the right gear and the right training. My phone's ringing. Which phone is ringing? Hello?